Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my London studios. I'd like to start off with thanking all the emails asking where I've been and where Mrs. Ranting have been because we haven't uploaded for 2 weeks. Well, I've been in the UK for the last 2 months. As you all know, the people that have subscribed, I spent 3 months in England and 3 months in China. So I have roughly about 26 days left. So please be patient. We will be going back to normal content creating concerning life in China towards the end of December. I have a few ideas and we have a few trips to Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Dongguan. So yeah, we've got a few ideas in the pipeline. I haven't been vlogging much. I have recorded 3 vlogs, but after reviewing them, I thought it was not very good because it was just me ranting on about King Taco going to the Middle East begging, and then going to Asia begging, and then calling a truce with China over the tariff war, only to do a U-turn yet again after 6 days. But anyway, that being said, this isn't what this vlog is about. Mrs. Ranting Cabby has been busy on different courses, as therefore she hasn't been vlogging in China at all. Now, this vlog is really regarding to the current affairs, in case people or viewers don't know what's going on in Asia. The new land of the rising sun prime minister met with President Xi, and only a week later she started provocation in the parliament in the land of the rising sun, inciting that they will intervene militarily if China invades Taiwan. Now, first of all, I like to say that not one single time has China mentioned they're going to invade Taiwan, because Taiwan is a province of China. So I'm not going to have this conversation in this vlog with any of the comments regarding Taiwan is a country, blah, 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 blah. No, Taiwan is part of China. Anyway, that being said, the land of the rising sun prime minister said that they have the right to defend themselves because of extrajudicial threat, which they used, by the way, for the 2 invasions of mainland China in the beginning of the 1900s and the 1930s, prior to the Second World War. In those 2 invasions, the Japanese killed 35 million Chinese people. Get your heads around that. They killed 35 million Chinese people. They invaded Taiwan, occupied it for 50 years. They didn't give it back to China until the surrender of the Second World War. So Japanese gave back Taiwan to China because it's part of China after the Second World War surrender. So 35 million people killed, and if you didn't know, in Nanjing massacre, in a period of 6 weeks, they killed 350,000 Chinese people. Yes, I do get very emotional when I talk about this topic, so maybe I get a little bit too excited, so please excuse my emotions. And not only did they kill 350,000 people in the Nanjing massacre, they raped numerous Chinese women, ladies, grandmother, children. Absolutely messed up. And then on top of it, if you didn't know, there's a unit called the 731. Look it up. They had a little facility in Harbin, northern China, which was hidden away, and they experimented on live human Chinese citizens, pregnant women, elderly, children. If you're interested, look into that. But the Chinese government gave her the chance to retract her comment or edit her comment, but no, she carried on. So today they announced they're going to put missiles in this remote island 110 kilometers off the coast of Taiwan, because they're going to defend the allies of Japan. So now Taiwan apparently is an ally of Japan. What a world we live in. And the world just stands by and cheers on Japan. Yes, this and that. Really, we know who's behind it. You know, it was so out of the blue. You know, so random. Suddenly she comes out with this comment. I don't need to say who's behind it. We don't need to say what Japan is a vassal state of another country, but let's not go down that road. But this is really to bring attention to the fact that they're using the same wording, existential threat to Japan, China. So all these years, suddenly 2025 November, China's an existential threat to Japan. So where are we now with the other state of current affairs? So King Taco's done U-turns after U-turns after U-turns, tariff, non-tariff, tariff, non-tariff. They banned Nvidia from selling high-end chips to China, which we all know. Then he's going to sell them, then he's not, then he is. And anyway, the Chinese had enough. They said they're not going to buy anymore. On top of it, the Dutch government seized a Chinese chip manufacturing company called Xperia, which has had a plant in the Netherlands for 10 years. But in September, the Dutch government decided to exercise a law that they proposed after the Second World War, so they can seize any company under national security again. So they just randomly seized a Chinese chip making company in September. I won't bore you with the details, but what happened today? They gave it back to China because they just weren't sending them the chips so they had an empty factory. What goes through these people's minds when they decide to do this stuff? And then what, on the other side of the world, there was that threat of another war, another invasion of Venezuela, and he's blowing boats out of the water, King Taco, acting as judge, jury and executioner. What crazy world we live in, where you can just randomly blow up boats out of the water. No proof. Okay, they say it's narcotic boats, but what proof have they got? What happened to go in and arresting them and processing them through the courts of justice? And he cancelled the invasion because Chinese have a lot of investment in Venezuela, and the PLA sent a lot of anti-ship missiles and other armaments to Venezuela. Maybe people didn't know, but I just thought I'd draw the attention. Not just China, to other countries as well, to boost up their defense. So now they've cancelled the Venezuelan invasion. Whatever next? So that didn't work. And how funny the time scale of everything is. They cancelled the invasion of Venezuela, and then this Japanese Prime Minister started with this nonsense. Do you see the pattern? I'm no expert, but it's just a bit of a coincidence to me. But this is my rant about the current affairs. I really hope it doesn't escalate to a conflict, because I live on the other side of the Taiwan Strait. Well, kind of off it. But any conflict, it doesn't matter if I live close to it or not close to it. We don't want to see no conflict. But anyway, if you be patient with the channel, Mrs. Ranting Cabby may surprise you with a vlog here and there. I'm back in China in 27 days time, and I'm really looking forward to vlogging some new places that I haven't visited in Guangzhou, Shenzhen, all around the province, and hopefully, possibly, we'll get on the motorbike and do some vlogging on the motorbike. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, comment, share and like. And I thank you again to all the viewers that emailed me. It puts warmth to my heart. It's 2 degrees outside, hence I'm not walking around like I sometimes do with my rant. So thank you again, and hope to catch up with you soon. Thank you.